Conversate for a few.
Welcome to the next episode of Conversate for a Few. I'm Jonna.
I'm Alan. This is not a podcast about classical music.
Absolutely is not. This is a podcast about hip hop. What we doing today, bruh?
We're going to talk about who is the Drake, Kendrick, and Coles of each era in hip hop.
Yeah, okay. So, all right, for the YouTube algorithm, we didn't ask who gonna be the Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas because we know who YouTube want to hear about.
Right.
New niggas, right? So, but we're gonna go through every era, right? All right, so that makes sense. All right. So obviously, do you agree with it being Kendrick, Drake, and Cole? Right.
Yeah. So I definitely agree with that being the three-headed kings in this era. I think any argument outside of that is rather foolish, and I refuse to entertain it.
I would agree. Yeah.
Even those three have even acknowledged each other as the top.
That's true. And that's kind of where we got that idea from, because that prior era, those three acknowledged each other, right?
That's what I was going to say. Did the same thing. Niggas on you all day about who's the best MCs. Biggie, Jay-Z, and
Nas, for sure.
People know who are the influential, impactful players in the game at that time. That's why I said I won't even entertain another argument of someone trying to substitute. But no, we could move Cole out and put in somebody that may be good, may be impactful, but it ain't the same. You know what I mean?
Right. I would definitely agree with that. How are we defining eras? Is it kind of loose?
It's a little loose, right?
Yeah,
it's a little loose. But I guess maybe in divisions, because we've done this before. I forgot the rule we went by, but I think
we did define eras.
Maybe like 10 years. I guess maybe. I don't know. What do you think? So, I think we did like 7 to 10 years before, something like that.
I think 10 years. If we start at 79, right?
Right.
So 79 to 89 is a good 10-year span.
Right.
And in that 10-year span, so for some educational purposes. See, that's sketchy though, because 79 to 89. All right. Nah. All right. To be a little bit more educational, let's break it down in early years. Let's break it down a little more.
Okay. Let's do that. Yeah,
Let's go 79 to like 85.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. So that way we get our Melly Mills and our Casses.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like we get those names. But so what three would you name? I'm obviously gonna say Melly Mill.
You're gonna say Melly Mill, Grandmaster
Cass, and Curtis Blow.
And Curtis, that's funny. Curtis Blow is the Drake.
I know. That's why I named him.
Yeah.
He would be considered the Drake, the bona fide superstar.
Right. And had and out of the three that we've named, Kaz, Melly Mel, and him, he had the one with the more radio commercial.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean by bona fide superstar. Now, and let's not forget he had a ghostwriter.
Right.
Which puts him in line with Drake. And let's not take Drake and say all he had was ghost, because he wouldn't be on this list, I don't think, if all he had was ghost written records.
No. I'm going to say this as we on this topic. This is just a little side note.
Yeah.
But just out of respect, honestly, for the artistry of Drake, we do need to do, I think, an episode where we make a distinction on how he is a great MC, a great rapper and artist, independent of ghostwriters.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to.
Because I think that gets mixed. I think when you hear people talk about him, that gets thrown around as though without a ghostwriter he wouldn't be Drake, or he wouldn't be, or he don't have talent, and that's not the case.
Yeah, that's not the case. And there's definitely a larger conversation to be had around that concept and the concept of collaboration in hip hop as a whole.
For sure.
And I think Drake is a great starting point for that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's something we definitely gonna have to do. So, but for the sake of this conversation, do we leave Curtis Blow there? Is there somebody else that we think should be in that spot?
Honestly, between 79 and 85, right? I could not give you anyone else that I think would be there. Now you may care. I don't think so.
When did
Because
the first Run DMC drop? Because Run might make an argument that there was a time, you know what I mean, that he was
right,
one of the 3 illest MCs on the planet.
right. The only problem with that is in the context of everything we talking about.
We talking about
far,
solo MCs.
Solo MCs, he'd be the only group artist, right? Well, yeah, I just thought about it. Yeah, the Furious Five.
Right.
So,
Right.
so I guess we could look that up if we wanted to and see
So I'm
whether or
trying
not
to.
they need to be swapped.
Yeah, I would put it to you this way. I definitely had more respect for Run than I did Curtis Blow. Just on a, you know what I mean, like on a, and I don't want to say the word respect. Respect is the wrong word. I think as a fan, I was more of a fan of what Run was doing than what Curtis Blow did. It kind of felt like
for sure.
It kind of felt like what Curtis Blow was doing was my parents was okay with that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was a little more R&B ish to me than not a little more. It was definitely way more R&B than Run DMC.
Oh, definitely.
And it says that Run is 83.
84.
Yeah, 83, 84.
Yeah, with Sucker MC.
Hey, bro. I think I might have to say Run. I think I might have to say Millie Mill, Grandmaster Caz, and Run. Might be the first 3 greatest MCs of all time.
Okay.
And Run, you know, and then we got Curtis Blow in there too. I won't just leave him out, but we only naming the big 3 from each era, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. So yeah, that one is pretty solid for me. Okay. What do you think? How do you feel? You solid on that, or you kind of?
I kind of wanted. I ain't gonna front. Although I like Run much better, right? Of course.
Yeah.
But I feel like, But I feel like Curtis Blow, because of like impact, big records, big appeal, superstar. I feel like he's the Drake. It's like taking out Drake, and like the same thing I was talking about. There's somebody we could take and be like, oh, this person is dope, and but they want Drake. They didn't do Drake stuff.
Right. You know what? I would like to. We don't have to have the same answers, obviously, because I mean this is a conversation. But I would like to know what the consensus is out there. From 79 to what 85 to what 85. 79 to 85 is what we was kind of dealing with. We saying it's a toss up between Run and Curtis Blow, but we're gonna throw Melly Mel and Caz in there, which is wild because it seems like it might go Run, Curtis Blow, and then there's toss up between Caz and Melly Mel.
Well, I'm gonna have to say Melly Mel if that's the case.
Yeah, because you heard more Melly Mel.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We going off legend with Caz.
Right. That's true.
Essentially. I mean, we're essentially going off legend. And the fact that he wrote the first hip hop song, you know, that was released, even though it was bitten. So there's a lot of lore, you know, that goes with Caz. But yeah, we definitely heard way more Melly Mel than we did Caz, especially being where we from. I don't know what it was like during that era in New York, you know, being in New York, you know.
Right.
At the age that we would have been, I don't know that we would have had much. We probably still would have heard more Melly Mel.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, uh, shit, you wouldn't even have been born for half of that era.
That's true.
Yeah, for half of that era, you didn't even exist yet.
Right. And that's the funny thing is that but this crazy thing is I have very fond message memories
Yeah,
of the message
yeah,
because they were still playing it.
yeah. Absolutely, they were still playing it. It was that pivotal.
Yeah.
It was that pivotal. It was like the precursor to Rakim.
Yes, for sure.
You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. I mean that those are in direct connection. So I'm not even gonna go through all the errors, but just a quick connection of how this thing evolves from
mm-hmm,
Melly Mel.
mm-hmm,
Without Melly Mel, you're not going to get a Rakim. Without a
right.
Rakim, you're not going to get the Nas. Without a Nas, you won't end up in the late 2000s with a Kendrick.
That's right. That's right. It's just that simple. You can see that lineage clearly.
Yeah,
And if people
very
don't,
good.
I mean, there's probably a lot of people watching this that don't know some of the names that we saying. So it's dope that we can say that lineage, and hopefully people will be able to go back and study and be able to see why we are saying that.
Yeah,
Um. So yeah, that era, I think we kind of got locked up,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? So we move into the next one. Shit gets sketchy. Shit gets
Because we
sketchy.
going what are we going? What 86 to 91 or 92? Is that what we doing?
Yeah, let's go 86 to 92.
So okay, Rakim came.
Easy.
We know that.
Easy.
Now, now my question for you is on the three slot, you know how that can be. We talked about it can be this person, that person. Is KRS for you? Is KRS in the third slot for you?
No,
Okay, okay,
no. He's not in the
okay.
third slot for me. Um, he
Mm.
probably should. He deserves a slot. I don't know how there's. I don't know how he wasn't. I don't know how there's several lists of any list of three greatest rappers
Mhm.
during the eras, and KRS One's never been one of the greatest rappers of all time. I don't understand how that's possible. But I'm saying that he's not in my three during that era. You got Kane, you got Rakim, and I'm going with LL.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
that's good. To be honest with you, I think that may be
the
the
easiest pick.
second, the easiest pick and the most solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
For sure. I don't think you can't make arguments against those three. I think those very clear three
you
who's
can't.
reigning right now. Kane, Rakim, and L. Ain't
Yep,
nothing to say.
it ain't nothing to talk about. It
And we know who L would be. See, I like having Drake because
exactly,
we know
exactly.
who L is Drake.
It's why we caping for Drake. That's not who we are.
I know this, so it sounds crazy. It do
It
sound
sounds
like
crazy,
that.
but when you start to have objective conversations about hip hop, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, he would have been the Drake of that era, and Curtis Blow would have been the Drake of. And I guess it makes sense because we started the conversation with who's the Drake, Kendrick, and Cole of
right.
every
Oh,
era, not
right.
the who's the big Jay Z and Nas area every era, right?
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah, man,
That would be easy.
that would be easy.
Yeah,
I
it's gonna get sketchy a little later, but this era and the next one I think are the two easiest ones. It
Yeah,
was easy to knock those three out.
yeah, I think so. Now to make an argument for Chris though, because we can't just act like we mention Chris and it just be a mention. That
Yeah,
man, whew, mm, you know what? I,
he should be
I
on more lists.
he should, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think him not being on more lists is a. I think the reason he's not is because as hip hop started gaining in popularity, he stuck to his boom bap.
Yeah,
He stuck to hip hop. Like beats and
Mhm.
rhymes. That's what he was doing. That's what he did. Uh, Big Daddy Kane, he ventured off into to the cool. you know, thematics, just with the
Semi,
dances and all of that.
sex
You know what I mean?
symbol.
Exactly, semi-sex symbol,
Yeah,
everything. So he and Rakim, he's just so different.
yeah.
He's just so different. He had a street presence that was way cooler, to aesthetically cooler than BDP.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't think BDP ever crossed over into having that aesthetic cool that was necessary to take over and be seen as the greatest.
Right.
You know, it's sad that that's part of it, but it ain't sad that it's part of it because
Right. That's
fashion
just what it
and
is.
cool is part of
Yeah.
the culture.
Yeah, bro. I
Um,
wanted to be Rakim
yeah,
when I was young. When I see, you talk about microphone fiend, just as the videos, the visuals that we got,
yeah,
all of his, he's just cool as hell.
yeah,
Everything he did, yo, he
yeah.
was just. BDP could not compete with the level of cool that he was given.
Right.
Like,
That's a
you
fact.
know what I mean?
That's a fact. Now, as a caveat, though, there's way more KRS One music that I would listen to today than Rakim.
Agreed.
Way
Absolutely.
more,
But
way
you have
more.
to. Good. I'm glad you said that. I totally agree because in later years, like even in '90s, like seven,
Yeah.
KRS is still giving you dope songs.
Mm-hmm.
He's still putting out dope music.
Mm-hmm.
Rakim, we ain't even looking for Rakim really in '97, even though he came back with the double LP. But
Right.
I don't want to talk about that. But the point is, he he tried to Rakim. If you look at the history as it creeps into the more and more of the '90s, he tried to do something, but it just didn't work. Like don't like to be honest, don't sweat the technique. He was trying to do something different, even with that.
Yeah.
Um,
But that
and I
worked.
don't think it.
But that worked.
But I don't think it. Like his last great impactful song that we remember him from is "Know the Ledge" from Juice.
Which one was first? Don't sweat the technique or know the ledge.
I want to say I'm gonna look it up right now. I want to say um, I
Because
think "Know the
okay,
Ledge." I think
well,
"Know the Ledge."
if know the ledge was first, then don't sweat the technique was his last impactful song. Because don't sweat the technique was absolutely impactful.
Yeah, "Don't Sweat the Technique." That's '92.
Okay, know the ledge was probably 93.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I know because I went to see it my senior year of high school.
Know the Ledge was released 1991.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy. I honestly thought it was flipped.
When the fuck did Juice come out? I thought Juice came out in 93.
Nah, I think that's right. They
I
got
mean,
a
I
movie.
mean, I wouldn't doubt it,
I'm
but
looking at the movie right now.
I thought Juice came out. No, I came out in 92. That don't mean I
Okay,
saw it in 92.
right.
You know what I mean? You see how shit go back then. Like, it don't mean I went to the movies to see it in 92.
Yeah,
I could have saw that shit in 93.
right.
Nah,
Yeah,
ain't nowhere in hell. Nah, ain't nowhere in hell I saw it in 93. That shit came in at January 92.
yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a whole year.
It's top of the year.
It didn't
Yeah,
go
that's
no
top of
whole
the
year
year.
without me seeing that movie.
Right.
Mm-mm.
I remember people came to school with the Juice shirts, the black shirts that Juice
Wow.
on it. Yeah, and
Damn.
see, so it makes sense because I was in fifth grade.
So Know the Ledge,
Seven.
Know the Ledge was first.
Yeah.
Okay, Know the Ledge. Like I said, Don't Sweat the Technique was, I would say,
Right.
that was his last notable.
Right.
That really resonated
That
with
really
people.
resonated. That's right. And
Yeah.
so then when you look at that, that's '92. Yeah, you can name big records by
Yeah.
KRS after that. When
Yeah.
you think about like
That might be his biggest
Step
record.
into My World, MCs act like they don't know,
Yeah.
like mad stuff. Yeah,
Step into the World might be his biggest record.
yeah,
And that happened far after his heyday.
Right.
So yes,
And far after Know the Ledge.
far after Know the Ledge, absolutely. Now, so Chris stayed relevant longer than Rakim,
Yes,
but for the sake of the
absolutely.
conversation, we talking about during that era,
Hmm.
who was the greatest. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? During that era, we didn't, and during that era, we it was LL, Chris. I mean, it was LL, Rakim, and Kane, right? Um,
Yep.
Now, would you argue that outside of the era though, Chris ended up being greater than Rakim?
Oh yeah. I would, and
Yeah,
I think it's actually easy to argue,
I think it
honestly.
is too, and I think most people would say that's blasphemy though.
Yeah, but you know why? Because they're not looking at
Yeah, I know.
because you know why they are not looking at the full range of both of their careers and their
Right.
relevancy, how long it
Right.
lasted.
Yeah.
People, when you look and it's like we just did the pinpoint. Okay, when was Rakim last joint that resonated with the
Yeah.
people? And you see that damn KRS kept going after he had joints after that that's rocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, then the argument is closed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty simple, and it is pretty simple, and we'd have to talk about what sliders we're talking about. I think the reason that Rakim is so high on that list, in most times anyway, is because of the impact that he had. There ain't too many people that went out and tried to emulate KRS One, or
Right,
and he didn't change the way people rapped. You know,
right, right.
uh,
He didn't have that big of an
he didn't
impact.
make that big of an impact. So
Right.
that's the weight of the scale that puts Rakim so high. When I
Mm-hmm.
still would say that musically,
Mm-hmm.
KRS One is better than Rakim, hands down. Musically,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
not rhyme for rhyme. I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe rhyme for rhyme too. But musically, you just talk about their catalogs. KRS One is blowing Rakim catalog out the water.
yeah. I agree with that. Now, Ron for Ron, uh, Rakim was serious. I don't think
Yeah,
he. I
Rakim
don't
was
think he was
cold.
gonna get that.
That one was cold.
Yeah,
That
man.
one
He
was
said. He
cold.
said, man. He's man.
Yeah,
Look,
he was cold.
that's the
But
thing. The stuff that even though he didn't make dope music as long as
right.
Charisma, but the dope music he made was so
It
intense and
yeah,
crazy.
it changed everything. Without it, we
Yeah.
don't have the hip hop we have today.
Right.
Take Rakim out, we don't have the hip hop we have today. Take
Right.
KRS One out, you see what I'm saying? It
Mhm.
don't change. We don't have D Nice.
Right. That's about it.
That's fucked up. But yeah, I
I
mean,
know. I know. Yeah, I
we don't
know.
have some great hip hop, but it's not a game changer in that
It's
way.
not right.
In the
Right. It
same
doesn't
way,
change the overall landscape
the
of hip hop.
landscape exactly, exactly. Oh wow, that was. Ain't it funny how we make the decision of who's supposed to be there, and then have a lengthy conversation about the one person that didn't make it. So
Right.
it's like the honorable mentions get more love than the people that actually make the
Many people
list.
on the list. Yeah.
Because it's like we have to explain why that fourth person didn't get there.
Right.
It's
Right.
like they deserve to be there, but
Hmm. Hmm.
um so the next just to recap
Hmm.
is Kane, Rakim,
Rakim L.
LL, and then Chris is like the illest honorable mention ever.
Yeah.
Right?
Ever.
Okay. Uh, and as a caveat, I'm far more Kane than I am Rakim.
Yes, I know.
I know you do. I know you know. I
Yeah.
just wanted to state that for the people. Like I needed
Yeah.
that. Like I wrote my first rhyme because of Big Daddy Kane.
Hmm.
The first rhyme I ever recited in public, I bit from Run. I won a battle biting a rhyme from Run when I was little in elementary school on the playground. Niggas hadn't heard that. I'm driving caddy, you fixing the Ford shit. I ate niggas up with
Yeah, that's wild.
it. Yeah, I bit it. But I was a kid. But so yeah, that was the first rhyme I bit in a battle. And then I wrote my first rhyme because of Big Daddy Kane. So
Right.
yeah, I'm more Kane than Rakim. Rakim didn't drive me to write.
Mm.
Um,
Mm. I feel you.
I loved it, but it didn't drive me to write. You know. Uh,
Hmm.
all right, so I guess we can go to the next era with that.
Okay.
No, who
When
drove
it,
you to road? I want to ask you that real quick. Who drove you to road right the first time?
Rakim, I really wanted to be like that dude.
Okay, so you started writing early, early.
Yeah.
Dope,
Like
dope.
when I started, I was trying to mimic him,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was trying to mimic Kane.
Yeah, I was mimicking Kane, like incredibly, like just
Yeah.
syllable
So
for
like
syllable.
right. So
Yeah.
both of them for me was like big influences to
Mm-hmm.
prompt me to write. But I would say Rakim more than Kane
More
just
than
because
Kane.
I gravitated to Rakim more.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I can understand that. I can understand that. Uh, Next era.
So what year we go? Is
N-
it
We just went to
92?
92 to. We going 92 to 96?
Yeah, or 93 to 96, something like that.
Nah, that's only 3 years.
No, we went from 79 to 80,
80. We did 6 years.
84,
84,
and so then we just did 85 to 91.
91,
So now we're going to do what
2 to
92
98,
to 90,
8, 99.
yeah, 98. We'll say 98.
Yeah, let's say 98.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So
Mm,
it's a lot happening.
a lot.
Um,
A lot.
because
A lot.
I think between the years we just named, I don't know if there's ever been a time where I saw hip hop change phases so
So many
fast,
times.
so many times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yep.
So,
Cause
but
it
regardless, the years is out there. Biggie, Jay Z, and Nas.
yeah.
Now we got to talk about, what I mean,
Bro.
like
Now
honorable mention.
keep it a buck. Was Jay-Z the greatest rapper by 98? Fuck no. Fuck
Yeah,
no. He has said it.
yeah. It was. I think for hip hop heads by 97, and if you wanted to go 92 plus 6, it would go to 98.
Yeah.
Um, by that time, amongst discussion, that's why you can say it because it was discussion.
Okay.
It was solidified.
He
Jay
started the
was
fucking
solidified.
discussion, bro. Was there a discussion? He started it. I don't even know if there was a discussion before he
No,
said
there
that
was.
shit.
No. But they okay. Well, I can say, but here's the thing.
I know
Here's
I
the
wasn't
thing.
fucking saying it.
But look. Here's the funny thing. Okay, all right. Hold on. We got a few things to clear up now.
I wasn't discussing that shit.
Hold on. Watch this. Watch this. It's a few things we got to clear up. This whole King of New York and all of
Yes.
this talking. Who's the best?
Yes.
I never heard. So now we just got to put it all on the table. I never heard niggas say Pop was the best when I was in high school when Pop was popping until after he died.
Nah.
I never stood and heard anybody
Never.
say Big was the best until after his death. Nas, on the other hand, niggas was getting punched if you wasn't acknowledging Nas. People was literally arguing over Nas.
I
You know,
was.
man, it was written. I'm telling you,
Yeah, people was arguing. People was definitely arguing that.
Huh?
I didn't hear people saying Pop was the best before he died.
I never heard him or Big. Nas is, to be honest, Nas is the only person I ever heard anybody say while he was, obviously he's alive, but living, being like, yo, son, yo, he the best. He the nicest. Nobody can out rap him. I heard that.
Mm.
And then I just never heard that for Pac and Big. I knew that I saw Big influence and impact. I know people was all over Big. People was loving Big, but I never heard anybody say he was the greatest. He's the greatest while he was still alive. I never heard that. All of this stuff came post, I mean, both of their deaths. That's when I started hearing the argument. Now, I think Jay-Z may have said people on you all day about who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. Also, we got to take in consideration that bar is a New York bias.
Oh,
He's talking about
absolutely.
what's going on. He's talking about what's going on in his region.
Yeah, he
And
ain't
where
talking about. He's not talking about all the hip hop when he make that statement. You're right.
right,
You're
right.
right.
He's talking about what's going on in his region.
You're right. He's
And
not.
those
Yeah.
are the names that's buzzing.
Yeah.
Him, Big, Nas. Those are the main three names that's buzzing
Right.
outside of the Wu. Right? And
Right.
those are the main three that are buzzing during that time when he said that.
Right. Right. I understand that. I agree. You know what I mean? I don't think you made a statement that I could disagree with. What I would add is that prior to any of that shit happening, we ended up with Redman. We ended up with Ice Cube. We ended up with some ill ass MCs from motherfucking 92 to 98, bro. I'm talking about some monsters.
We got some of the greatest artists.
Some monsters from 92 to 98. So it's like, the three artists we talking about didn't even appear till halfway through the decade. I mean, through the era. Like, the three artists that we mentioned didn't even appear until about halfway through the era we talking about.
Right. With Nas being the first.
Nas being the first. Well, technically Jay-Z being the first, but if you count that, then he definitely don't make the list.
Yeah. Right, he doesn't. And people don't even want to talk about that, how really he's the only person to have a second life in hip-hop, for real. In terms of, bro, like, because people be speaking about, even Jay, like, he like the super senior. Nah, nigga, you ain't even in their class. You ain't in
Nah,
Nas.
he's not in their class. Nah, he's in Big Daddy Kane and Rakim class.
80s.
You
were Rakim?
Yeah, he's in that class. That's what class is actually.
Yeah, he's in that class.
Yeah, the Rakim.
So it's like
Big Daddy Kane class.
We could make the argument like, yo, bro, like, you was some varsity graduated player from, you know what I mean,
He was
years ago, coming to play with new freshmen.
He was a ringer.
And you want to get credit for dominated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But he did dominate.
Yeah.
He did dominate.
But now for me, the MC, so I'll make this point.
And I forgot to say Buster.
But what?
Yeah, during that era, from 90, you see what I'm saying? Like from 92 to 98. Like, that motherfucker was shaking the world, bro.
Yeah, he was.
You know, he was shaking the world.
He was. I feel like he would be like the KRS-One of this category.
Yep.
If we had to,
except he spawned motherfuckers like Eminem.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like, Redman spawned some niggas.
Yeah, but who you say, Redman?
Redman spawned some niggas, but we was talking about Buster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we was talking about Buster.
Yeah. Right.
But and
that's good to note too.
Yeah.
Is that even like Eminem came out during this time?
He did come out during this time. He don't make none of my list.
First album.
He don't make none of my list.
I know, of course.
He don't make none.
No. But I'm just talking about the MCs that came out during this era.
I just wanted to say that so that people will understand that we're not just leaving him out. We're not just not discussing him. You see what I'm saying? Like, his name is going to come up, but he don't make none of my list. Like,
he don't make none of my list at all. But now I want to, and so I want to get back to why these three. Because some people may say, because of what you just said, all these other dope artists, like, how y'all going to be them three? Well, because Illmatic was the greatest, one of the greatest damn albums. Followed up 2 years later, in '96, by It Was Written. And it's some of the greatest lyricism. And Nas, as we know, changed the way everybody was rapping.
He did.
So he is there, cemented. Now, my argument for Big is, ironically, out of the three, he would be the Drake. But in terms of commercial appeal, because he's standing to Puff. So you know what Puff business model was then. So he seems bigger than life.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's the super he's the
superstar. He's the superstar.
He's the superstar.
He's the superstar.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the LL in the Curtis Blow, and he's a superstar. Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
Now here's the thing where people will argue. I don't get the Jay-Z part. So I'm gonna help. for all of those who love it, because at this time, we still stuck on lyrics, songs. The people, so if you know, like the
Mm-hmm.
people that was on Reasonable Doubt in '96 when it came out was like, yo, this dude is nice. I already know what you're gonna say. We had this discussion, so hold on.
I ain't gonna say
What
nothing.
happened was, what happened was, Jay Z dropped the problem on why Jay Z didn't really get his just due until like the next two albums, 9-7 and 9-8, was because he dropped 7 days before Nas' debut album, which the world was waiting on.
Yeah,
So Reasonable Doubt as a project got overshadowed.
yeah, got
So if you
swallowed
didn't,
up.
if you already like stuck on Jay Z maybe from one of the singles,
Right.
then when it was written came out, like July 4th or 5th, a week later, I mean, you want nobody wasn't even talking about Jay.
Yeah, that and he didn't have the label muscle that Nas had either.
He didn't have that at all.
Yeah, he didn't have the label muscle that Nas had. They would. He barely had a fucking label.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So the fact that we heard it at all was kind of amazing.
yeah.
Um,
I, I couldn't stop playing it. I couldn't stop playing
and there's something that I thought about while you were speaking to that something you said gave me a thought. Big was that superstar, right? And Nas was more the Rakim,
it.
you know, obviously.
Yeah, right.
Jay found a way to kind of
Mm-hmm.
combine what them niggas was doing.
Mm-hmm.
He kept the super sharp lyricism. You know what I mean? Like the
Mm-hmm.
kind of rapid fire lyricism that Nas was coming with.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but he mixed it with that super hustler that Big was
Yeah.
talking about. The
Mm-hmm.
theme thematically. You see what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
think Big and Jay had just as big an impact on hip hop thematically as Nas did
Lyrically.
lyrically and
Yeah,
musically.
I agree with that. I
You know what
agree
I
with that.
mean?
Well, I agree with that, and you helped me for me to accentuate a point I was making more about Jay, and what help Jay, right? I think people recognize him being in the talks of being one of the nicest was because
Mm,
people already recognize Big, and then that's who he stand next to and go back and forth with
yeah.
on songs. People like, whoa,
Yeah, he
you
can
know
do
what I mean?
this. He can do this.
Yeah,
There's evidence he
yeah,
can do it in a realm that's this nice. You know what I
right.
mean? Yeah. And then he started coming with hits.
Then he started coming with hits in there. That
Yeah, it's a
was
rap. It was
yeah,
a
it's a
rap.
rap.
Uh, yeah. So I still would say during that era, if you're talking about greats,
Mm-hmm.
accomplishments, um, running shit while it's your time,
Mm-hmm.
being ill on top of that. Yeah, I felt like it was worthy of conversation, but it was still be Big, Jay-Z and Nas
Yeah,
for that
it
time
still
period.
would be.
For
Yeah,
that time period.
yeah,
And
agreed.
then you move to what? This shit get
Now,
real.
from here on, it's going to get rocky.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to move. What we stopped at 98? So we're going to do 99,
99
2000, one,
to
two, three, four. The 2004, I guess.
shit. Jay-Z.
Jay Z.
Yeah.
Is he really? Because he really? Because he now you getting
Now you
that?
start
Is
shit.
99? You getting Hard Not Life, but then you about to get. But in 2 years you getting
You
Blueprint.
get
The
blueprint.
next thing you know, you getting Blueprint.
Shit start getting ugly. You said like,
Yeah,
look
yeah, yeah.
here.
He's kind of taking over at that time.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
is the premier rap artist at that time.
Yeah.
So that's dope about Jay is that he's going to fall on the list in
Two different
maybe
eras,
three,
maybe
two
three.
different eras. Yeah,
At least two.
yeah, at least
At
two.
least two.
Okay, so all right, so Jay, so we running from what 99 to 04.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jay, mm, I would you say And I don't know if it's. I'm thinking. 04. Does Cam fit in?
Fuck no. Eminem's actually got to be on the list.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Yeah, he does. He does.
He does. There's no fucking way around that, dog. Yeah, you tell
Yeah.
me somebody is bigger than Eminem and Jay-Z during that time period, and the
No.
ability to rap, Eminem got to make the list. During that
Yeah.
era, is J and
Yeah,
M
we
and
contradicted ourselves.
yeah, and
we
that's good.
contradicted
It's a
ourselves.
conversation. We not stuck on some opinion. We talking.
Right.
I like that. You know what I mean? We ain't
Right.
gonna just say
So,
we.
yeah. If we being objective about and looking at the whole scope of everything, it's no way
Yeah.
that a person that goes diamond is not going to be on the list to do what he did.
And the rap as well as he did.
Right.
I was thinking
Whether
he was
we
going.
like it or not.
Yeah, whether we liked it or not, I don't give a fuck whether we liked it. It's like
Right.
it's yeah. I was thinking he wasn't gonna make it during the era because I was putting him in during that era, but he didn't run that era. He ran the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Jay-Z, Eminem.
Yeah. When did you're going to put Wayne in the next era, right?
Oh man. Wayne didn't become great during
Like
that
from
era.
05 to 05 to 2011.
Yeah, I
That's
would
when
say
Wayne
so
was
because
good.
Wayne wasn't the great. Yeah, the era that you just named, I think Wayne became one of the greatest rappers
Yeah.
of all time
Yeah.
of that era. So not that
See,
early one.
the bad thing about this right here, it's hard for me to figure out because so much is changing. And now this is me personally. So much is changing in hip hop. Money is really being poured in.
Yep.
We're about to be on the brink of microwave stuff,
Yep.
like microwave songs and artists. So it's like I get lost right now.
We fucking up. It's obvious too. It's obvious. We fucking up. Somebody been screaming at their YouTube screen like, "Yo, I hate you, nigga." DMX.
Yeah, I'm sure.
DMX.
Oh yeah, now we bugging. So hold on, what year did we?
We bugging. 99 to whenever the fuck else is DMX. You know what I mean? Like it could have been earlier. He could have been in the last one.
That's what I was gonna say. Somebody, yo. Personally, I can't do it. I just can't do it. But I am sure people would say take Jay off of the previous era
and put DMX there.
Because I think DMX had back-to-back albums 97, 98 or either 98, 99.
Not back to back. He had 2 platinum albums in the same year, and I think it was 98.
Yeah, in 98. Yeah. Not back-to-back years, right.
Yeah.
But in the same year.
Yeah, bro. I think let's switch that up, man. I don't know, bro. What you think? I don't know. Let's see.
I'm gonna stay with Big, Jay-Z, and Nas for that, and then I'm gonna put X in 99 through 05.
You can't. You can't.
I know
that don't. You can't. You can't.
Mathematically, I can't do it.
Mathematically, you cannot do that.
Yeah. So Jay gone.
Jay gone, bro.
He gone.
Jay started running the next era.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to put Jay in 99 through 05.
Jesus Christ.
That's crazy. Big Nas and X.
Big Nas and X.
That's the true trilogy for that era.
Yeah. You know, we could have split them eras too. We could have split.
We could
split that because there's a time on the planet where Ice Cube is the greatest, like one of the greatest of all time. You see what I'm saying? Like, and it's before Jay-Z and Nas, and after King
and Rakim.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? There was a time where Ice Cube was one of the greatest of all time.
Yes.
I don't know who else would be in that time slot with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because that's what 92 to 90 or 90, 92 to 90, 95?
95, 96, I guess. I'd say 95. I'd say 92, 95. Actually.
Yeah, and then 92 to 95, and then 96 to 99.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's Nas, Big, and X. I got to get used to even saying that.
Yo, it is though.
It is
It is though. I mean, are we saying the biggest or the greatest?
the greatest.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah. I don't
yeah.
fuck how you put it during it. Like,
You just can't take X
I don't
out.
give a
There ain't no
damn how
way.
you put it. X first 3 albums is greater than Jay-Z first 3 albums. If you're talking about impact, I didn't like him better.
Absolutely.
I didn't like him better.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like by the time Jay-Z got to his third
And his
album,
presence. And his presence in
that's
the
what I'm
game.
saying.
Period.
He was a larger presence off his first 3 projects than Jay-Z was. Jay-Z was growing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, he was growing. And DMX didn't grow. He appeared.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't grow. He
appeared
appeared
out of the shadow from the shadows of the darkness
and ran shit. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean that's a fact. That's a fact. And I'm also adding in live presence in this statement. Because during that era, I saw them niggas live. I saw both of them live.
Right.
And DMX was running everybody off the stage. There wasn't nothing to talk about.
Nobody can outperform.
Nobody.
Jay was couldn't even perform at that time.
At all. They sucked performing at the time.
Terrible. Their performance was terrible.
Yeah. So yeah. I think damn. Big Nas and DMX. So can we go back to them 3 years earlier then and add somebody around Ice Cube? Who the fuck goes around Ice Cube during that time period?
Right. Solo artists. I guess we're gonna have to throw Redman because the What and There's a Dark Side is out in between that time.
Yeah, you know who it is? It's probably Ice Cube, Redman, and LL again.
LL on 2 lists of 2 eras. Oh man,
it's probably LL. Like
I can see that.
I know you can, because he didn't stop having hits and he didn't stop being nice. Like he just kept fucking going. And that nigga had some money. That's the mama said knock you out era, nigga. The fuck?
Right, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he gotta be
Yeah, like he was bigger then than he was earlier. When we put him on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's true.
Wow.
Okay. So
let's mention Kool G Rap real quick.
Yeah. Honorable mention Kool G Rap.
Honorable mention Kool G Rap. He just didn't have enough product for me.
He didn't have enough product, and his presence wasn't as large as some of the other ones.
Right. He was dumb nice though. Dumb nice. And I think Nas combined Rakim. I think Rakim gets a bit too much credit for
he does.
Nas' influence.
He's an absolute split between
Rakim and Kool G Rap.
Rakim and Kool G Rap for sure.
Yeah.
The poetic street tales.
Yeah.
He grabbed that from.
Yeah.
All of that from
the
Kool G Rap.
The speed of it is Kool G Rap.
The speed of it is Kool G Rap.
The eloquence is Rakim. The eloquence, the clarity, for lack of a better word, the thoughtfulness. Yeah. So the spirituality. You see, I guess is the word that I'm talking about. I think is Rakim. But the actual flow and the theme, that shit was Kool G Rap.
Right. And you can tell because on Kool G Rap album, he had the song with Nas.
Yeah.
And they flowing back and forth. And actually, they had the video. Mm-hmm. And you can definitely see it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it. It was obvious. It's pretty obvious. Yeah, so that era.
And he actually said it on Street Disciple album on a song. He said, "I'm steady pounding, sounding like G, but without the list though."
Sure did. Sure did. So he
Yeah,
know.
so he acknowledged
Yeah,
it.
he acknowledged it. Of course he knows, but he definitely acknowledged it. Yeah.
Right.
Um, that's dope. So yeah, I think that was the proper way to do that, is to go back, and because that small slither of time, and we spoke to hip hop changing so much. You
Right.
mean during
Right.
that era, that long period
Mhm.
that we named from what 92 to 98,
Yeah.
it changed so much that I think you kind of do need to
You
split
have to
that
break it
time.
up.
You
Yeah,
had to break
I
it up,
agree.
and it might be so that we had to break up the rest of the eras going forward, because it starts to change a lot faster.
Right.
So just a quick recap: Cass, Run,
Melly
and Melly
Mel.
Mel. Right.
Yep.
Honorable mention: Curtis Blow.
Curtis Blow.
Then we go
Rakim,
Rakim, Kane, LL.
Kane,
Honorable
LL,
mention: KRS One.
KRS-One. Yeah.
The next era is Q,
Nas.
nah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Q,
Q,
LL,
Redman.
and Redman.
Yeah.
Wow.
What was the honorable mention? G Rap.
G Rap.
All right,
All
and
right.
then the next
Next one is
Nas,
Big
Big, and
and
X.
X. God
Yeah.
knows. And then the next one is Jay Z.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Huh?
For that Nas, Big, and X is Pun an honorable mention? Because I think he gets
A lot of people
because he had
really
a
love.
presence and
He
he
did.
became a star.
He did. A lot
He
of people
became a star.
really love it. Ah,
In '97, his album '97 was
yeah.
a classic. He became a huge star. Had
You know what?
2 hits. He
You,
was killing stuff.
you know what? He kind of needs to be mentioned, though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I think he needs to be mentioned. Like, I don't know. I don't know if he was ever. I don't know if anybody was ever having a conversation about whether he was one of the illest. Yeah, that's fuck. They were too. Yes, they were. Yes, they
they
were.
were.
Yes, they were. That's
They
a lie.
were.
Yes, they
I
were
can tell
too.
you they were.
Yeah, I remember being around some of them conversations. Yes, they were too.
Yeah.
Yes, they were too. Yes, they were. So yes, he definitely gets an honorable mention, yo. Definitely. If Redman is on the list, then Pun gets an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that album dropped April 28th, 1998.
Right. Yeah.
And he was on everything
Yeah. He
too
was on
after
everything. He was
that.
a megastar. Yeah.
Yeah.
For that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then X came along and showed us what an actual megastar looks like in hip hop. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like actually what a megastar looks like. And in the next era, Eminem came and showed us what it actually looked like, but he was white, so that's kind of obvious. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like superstar status for him ain't like superstar status for DMX.
Right. It's totally
That's all I'm
different.
saying. Like, there's a different audience waiting for him. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
but he went and got them motherfuckers though. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was nice. So Jay-Z, Eminem, and who did we say?
Did we get a third for that era? No, because that's what we didn't get a third because that's why I was like, I said, where are you going to put Lil Wayne in the next era?
Right.
So we didn't ever land on anyone. And what time period is that right now? 99 to 2004?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
Yeah. I know who I'm putting in
Yeah,
there.
99 to 2005.
Andre
Hmm?
3000.
Say no more. Andre 3000. Yeah.
Yeah. Andre.
Yeah.
Because he was putting up
Mm-hmm.
numbers. He was nice as fuck. He just happened to be in a group. But that nigga,
Mm-hmm.
he was definitely one.
He's a star.
He's a fucking megastar. When did Hey
Yeah.
Y'all come out?
In between that time, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, when did Hey Y'all come out? Oh, I want to know.
Tell you right now, it came out 2003. So he there. He in there.
Yep. That
That
settles
was
that.
03.
That settles that. That's easy. That was easier than I thought it was. Yeah, that was easier than I thought it was. Yeah, Jay, Eminem, and Andre.
Mm-hmm.
Cold. Cold.
You know what?
Cold. I know. Because I thought it too.
I got something. I'm gonna wait until.
Uh-oh. Wow.
Go ahead.
Nah, I don't even know that we need to talk about that much more.
Nah, we don't.
I don't know that we need to talk about that much more. That was pretty straightforward. So we move into what? 2005 to shit. Wayne for sure.
Kanye.
For sure. For sure.
That's what I was about to bring up.
There
Kanye.
ain't shit to talk about for sure. For sure. There was a point in time where he was
And people are going to be mad, but he might actually, if we go all the way up to 2023, he might end up on 3 lists.
Yeah.
Just being honest.
Yeah, that nigga he started coming through.
He could be in 2010, because now, mind you, we're in 99 to what, 2004 or 5.
Yeah.
He's in that.
Yeah.
He's going to be, bro, late registration is 05.
Right. And when did Dark Twisted Fantasy come out?
College Dropout was 04.
And when did
My Dark Twisted Fantasy, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
He's going to be in the teens. That's 2010.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be there.
He gonna be there. He gonna be there.
Watch the Throne. He gonna be there again.
Yeah, shit. Boy, that boy cold. You hear me? That boy cold. That boy cold. So he like, he cold.
Yeah.
So Wayne, Kanye.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yo, it's almost not fair looking at this. I'm sorry. I'm just stuck on it because he got Life of Pablo with 2016.
Yeah,
but anyway.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It ain't nothing to talk about. Damn. So, and this is what 2000. What did win? Where we at right now?
What are we in 99 to 05?
Nah, we did that.
To 05.
Now it's 05 to.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we did because it was Eminem.
05 to 2011.
Yeah.
If we're doing 6 years, 05 to 2011, Kanye again.
Hold on. He wasn't in the previous one, right? That was
no,
Jay.
But he.
Now listen to me. That was Jay, Eminem, and Andre.
But does Andre not? College Dropout is 04.
Yeah, but Kanye's not the greatest at College Dropout.
He was not, and he wasn't as big as Andre 3000 at that time. So yeah, okay, cool.
Right, Kanye don't make that era. Like, he's not the greatest during that era at all.
No.
Right, what I'm saying? Right. He was just getting started.
But like Jay, he growing.
He growing like Jay did. He grew. You see what I'm saying? And so did Andre, because Andre been on the scene for a while. Dre been on the scene for a while, but like that run at the end, because you got Stankonia, you got The Love Below, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Aquemini, like all that stuff, they started going crazy.
Right. So now we in 05 to 2010, and we need to name the first person, Kanye.
Right.
My Dark Twisted Fantasies 2010.
So it's 05 to 10. It's Dark Twisted Fantasy, and then the Carter 3, right?
I meant 05 to 2011.
Right.
But yeah. But he's in there because My Dark Twisted Fantasy is 2010. Watch the Throne is 2011. By that time, since College Dropout 04 to 2010-11, he has had a huge impact.
Yeah. He's changed everything. He done changed everything. He done changed the land. He's changed shit from street hip hop to it's okay to have your emotions out and wear pink.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he's changed everything. By that point, by the end of the decade, he changed everything. He started pretty much in the middle of it, and by the end of it, he had taken over. You got Kanye, you got Wayne, and during that era, there was a time where 50 Cent was the hottest thing on the planet, but I don't think he was ever the greatest rapper on the planet.
No, but oh man, hold on. Let me look at something
Yeah,
because he might should have been a mention though.
he might be on the fucking list.
Yeah, because I mean he had a huge. But see, it's weird because he is it possible to sell a lot of records but not have a actual impact on the actual culture and landscape of hip hop? Because like I don't see that for him. Because Get Rich or Die Trying is 2003, Massacre is '05.
Yeah, he was never the greatest.
Yeah, it ain't no
Nah,
way. It's
nah.
nobody I would remove off of either of
Fuck
those
no,
eras to
not
put
for
him.
him. Nah, not for him.
No,
I can't think of who the third person. Well, when did Drake start? When does Drake make the list? When does Drake make his first appearance? And during what era? It's got to be the one that we talking about.
it's got to be the one we talking about.
So Kanye and Drake gonna be in a few different eras together.
Absolutely, all the way up and now. Take you gotta damn yeah. Thank Me Later is 2010, but I guess a lot of Drake fans are going to mention Take Care, which is 2011.
But Take Care is considered his classic.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But that's at the end of that shit. He can't be the greatest and he ain't dropped but one album during the end of it, right? It's got to be somebody that was hotter than. You mean that was on par with Wayne
Right.
and them before Drake hit? Because that was Drake honestly don't make it to the next era.
Yeah, he ain't going to get on to the next era.
Yeah, mathematically.
Yeah, mathematically, he ain't going to get on to the next era. Yep. With Nothing Was the Same in 13, and if you're reading this is too late, 2015, whatever. Yeah, he ain't going to be mentioned until the next era, but he will remain up there until the
In
2023.
until exactly. Now you know who it is though, don't you?
That we forgetting
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Who was Wayne talking to when he said I'm the greatest rapper alive?
You gonna say Push?
Fuck no.
I know. I didn't think it was, but I just said
He
it
was
because
talking to the greatest rapper alive.
Jay
Yeah.
back on there.
Jay
It's
back
the
on the
second
list.
list.
Yes. He was talking to the greatest rapper
Yeah,
alive.
that's funny that we just said it like Push is nobody.
Well, no, not that he's nobody, but he's never been the greatest rapper alive.
Oh, right.
You see what I'm
So
saying?
so Jay. So that closes out that
Yeah, that closes out that. So that's
2005 to 2011.
exactly.
So we're gonna go
Ye, Wayne,
2012.
Jay.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yep.
right,
So
okay.
we're 12, 30, 40, 50, 60. Yeah. So now what we're doing 2012 to 2018.
Wow. Yeah, Kendrick
So
Cole,
Drake,
Kendrick Cole, Drake.
Kendrick Cole, Drake.
Yep.
But I feel like Ye is supposed to be there on this one, right? I think this is the last
Yeah,
time Ye
this
will
is the
appear,
last time Ye
and
will appear, and
then
then Cole will come up,
Ye will appear, and then Cole is going to remove him
replace
from
him.
this.
Yep.
Yep, from that point on.
Yep. I agree. So it goes Kendrick Cole, Ye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it
And
morphs
then
into
Kendrick Cole,
Kendrick.
Drake.
Yeah.
Wow. So when do we say? I say Cole appears on that list at Forest Hill Drive, whatever year that came out.
Yeah, 2014.
So that would put us after that. That puts him in the right place, era wise.
Yes.
Nah, because we said it stays this way until 18. Because we went 6 years from what 12 to 18, right?
12 to 18. Yeah. But that was for now. Right now, we're building that list. So it's what? So yeah. So Ye.
Is Ye still on the list? When does Ye come off the list?
I would say he come off in.
What?
I'll tell you.
I know when he came off the list. He came off the list the same time Born Sinner came out.
Yeah, he comes off the list. He comes off the list after 2016.
Because what
Now
happened after
let's see.
2016?
He ain't put out.
Now listen to me.
He,
Listen to me. Born Center and Yeezus
I
and,
heard
and Yeezus dropped on the same day.
what's funny is damn, Born Center ain't even coming up. Oh yeah, that's 2013. Born Center came out 2013.
That's when we started seeing the transition between Ye and Cole. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I would still say Ye was there the era before, and then that by the time it rolled around again, it's Cole.
yeah,
So there's a you mean? So there's a time where it's Kendrick, Drake, and Ye, and then it goes from that to Kendrick, Cole, and Drake,
yeah,
and that's where we are right
mhm,
now.
yeah. That's where we are now. Yes, wow.
Wild,
I actually want to see this in writing now.
hell yeah! I gotta write it down now. I
Get the
gotta write
year,
it down. Yeah, with the years
get the
beside
year,
it, the
and then a
timeline.
bracket out with the honorable mention, with the
Yeah,
timelines for each
yeah.
year.
You giving me a whole nother project. Now I'm gonna have to design it and do it and make it a graphic that we can have on the thing. Um,
Yeah, exactly. I like it. I
yeah,
like it.
yeah. All right. So as one last rundown, man, let's
Man, we should make a shirt. Yeah, I'm gonna get it made into a shirt.
yeah, might as well. That like the tree. That joint to be
Hmm.
fire. That joint to be fire.
All right, so let's go. I'm writing this down
All
as we
right.
go.
You write it. I'll
So
write it
you
too.
started with what? 79 to 85.
Yeah. What was that? 84, 79 to what was that? 79, 80, 81,
If
82,
we doing
83.
six, it'll be 85. If we do six.
Not if you count 79.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then yeah, it'll be 84, 79 to 84.
Yeah, 79 to 84. That was Cass, Melly Mel, and Run.
And who was the honorable mention? Curtis
Curtis
Blow.
Blow.
Okay.
Yep. And so then it's 85, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 85 to 89. That was
Yes, Rakim,
Rakim, Kane.
Kane.
Damn, I wrote Kane twice.
Damn, Rakim, Kane.
LL
LL.
and the honorable
And
mention
KRS.
is Karis.
All right.
So then we these are the ones we split because hip hop changed so much during this era that we split it up. So,
Right.
so it goes with 90 to 93
Yeah, is that what we did in the 90?
and then 94 to 98, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
90 93. Cube,
Mm-hmm. Red Man
Redman, and LL.
and LL again.
Jesus.
Was that honorable mention that we on that one? I can't remember.
Cool G Rap.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Even though, you know what I mean? I think his honorable mention is just across the board. I don't know if it actually fits during that era. Actually, it does fit during the 90-93 era. That's what Cool G Rap would be.
Right, because
Yeah.
Road to the Riches come
Road to the
out like
Riches is during that
in
time
between
period.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were still, it was at the end of dancing, but we were still doing it.
yeah.
So we went to 94 to 98, right?
Mm-hmm.
Biggie, Nas, DMX.
Hmm.
It's Batty.
And I put Pun as a
Yes.
mention.
Yes. And you got 99. What do we do?
99.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Jay.
I know, but what year did we go to? We went back to 6 at this point, didn't we?
Yeah, we went back to 6. Yeah.
All right.
So I think to 2005,
Yeah.
and it makes sense because Jay dropping Hard Not Life is coming out between this time.
Exactly.
Blueprint, Black
Blueprint.
Album.
Exactly. All of that. That
Yeah,
makes
he
total
becomes
sense.
a god during this era. Jay
Yeah.
become a god during this era.
Yeah, this is his era. It was JM and who? Andre.
Jay-Z, M, Andre, 3000. Yep.
Yeah.
And then was he
Did
even
we have
given
an honorable mention for that one?
I don't know. I guess you could say 50 Cent since he sold since Get Rich or Die Trying with Diamond. I don't know.
We could say 50 Cent.
It sounds so begrudgingly.
It does. It does. It does. It says 06 to 12. 06 to 11.
Yeah.
06 to 11, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was
And I
Jay,
think,
Wayne, and Ye.
yep.
Wow, this is some wild shit here.
It is.
And 12 to
2018.
18. That was Kanye, right?
Cole, Kendrick.
Kanye,
'Cause-
Cole.
Is
Kanye,
it? Because
Drake
where does Drake? Where did you say Drake come? Yay, Drake.
is definitely Ye Drake.
Yeah.
It was Ye Drake Kendrick, right?
Yay, Drake and Kendrick. Yeah.
That's who it was.
And then from that point, yeah. And then from we can say 2018 to present,
Right.
it remains Kendrick, Drake, Cole.
Exactly. So Drake and Kendrick made 2 lists. And LL and Jay-Z made 2 lists.
And that makes sense. Because they both, and when you look at, and that's how you know our list, or we try to be as accurate as possible. Because when you look at the discography of those artists, when you look at it, they have longer runs.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yo.
This is crazy to see.
It is, bro.
This is crazy. But you know what? But ironically, you know the list that I think most people won't disagree with that was around during this, old enough for the time frame. I don't think nobody's going to disagree with the 90 to 93 Cube, Redman, LL.
You know what? I don't know how you could. You see what I'm saying? Because like what the only thing they would be able to argue is Redman's because he didn't make it to the heights as everybody else. But what he was doing during that era, you know what I mean? Like what he was doing during that period of time, and he was running shit, bro.
Yeah,
he was the biggest hardcore act out. If you call that hardcore hip hop, you see what I'm saying? Like he was running shit, and he was ill.
I think we're pretty accurate.
I think we accurate.
What the album is 92. There's a Dark Side is 94. Muddy Waters is 96. Yeah.
Yeah, I say so.
Yeah.
I say so, bro.
Yeah.
And Cube is almost undeniable during that time period.
Yeah. I don't think nobody can argue Cube.
You know what I mean? And LA was just Jay-Z status on some on God shit. Like, y'all
Yeah.
can't do shit with me. You know what I mean? Like, you know it's gonna be a hit, and you know I'm gonna be spitting that shit. So
Mm-hmm.
stop playing with me. I think we probably gonna get some pushback. But of course we're gonna get pushback from people that think Tupac should be on any greatest. If it's gonna be a greatest list, he should show up.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. Like you said, to your argument, I don't know that there was a time before their deaths that people were arguing for Big and Tupac as the greatest rappers.
Right.
I don't think that was happening. So I'm gonna agree with you on that. So
Yeah. Yeah. The only ones I ever remember was Nas. That I remember.
yeah, I will say though that
Well, I was arguing.
most people gonna say this list is mad biased
Hmm.
because there's only what one
One West Coast artist.
there's only 3 artists on this list that are not from New York.
Well, I mean, but then think about it. Is it really biased when
It started in New
you're
York,
dealing
and
with
most of these
exception
years,
hip
yeah,
hop in the center and branched out of New
yeah.
York,
Well,
right? So
it
it's
make
hard.
yeah, it makes
Yeah,
perfect sense, especially from
right.
79 to 98.
Yeah, perfect.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Actually, further than
Yeah.
that, but you see what I'm saying? From
Mhm.
it makes perfect sense for it to be. And there was somebody in there that wasn't from the West Coast. I mean, it wasn't from the East Coast or from New York during
Right.
that time period. So with Ice Cube, I think this is pretty comprehensive, bro.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So the between um 94 to 98, should we mention Mike Geronimo? No, I'm joking.
Oh my
You
god.
know, see, this is what I think is going to happen. People just start throwing out names of people they love and albums they love,
Yeah,
but they're not understanding the
the
criteria
criteria. Yeah,
for the
it's
list.
yeah. I think we got it right.
Yeah.
I think we got it right. But yeah, who do you real quick before we get out of here? Going
Hmm.
forward, who you think the next 3 gonna be? We can't use Drake. We can't use Kendrick. We can't use Cole.
I don't see nothing great,
Damn.
to be honest. I don't know. I put it
Yeah,
like that.
I don't know
I
who
just
it's
have
gonna
to
be.
keep listening and keep looking. That's
Yeah,
the only way I guess I can say. I got to keep listening and keep looking.
yeah.
Because
I was leaning towards Jid for a little while. Um,
nah,
but even and I enjoy his projects. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But they don't they don't make me live in the space. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
Like the people that are the greats, they make you live in a space for the period of time that you on a project. You see what I'm saying? And he ain't been able to do
Yeah.
that. And I can't think of anybody like right off bat that I see coming this like that. You know?
Hmm. Me either. Bunch of artists that I like. I think they're dope and make good
Yeah,
music,
yeah,
but they do not grab me, pull me into their world, and I just live in their world
right,
for
right.
a protracted amount of time and absorb that music and make that connection with it. I don't see it.
Yeah, not nearly. I really don't. I don't. I think Mez has the potential. I just don't know if he gonna get that look that's gonna give him. You
Right.
know what I mean? That's gonna give him the.
Yeah, he has the potential.
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
got the potential. Uh, yeah, bro. I don't know. I don't know. And I guess we looking at it. You think we might be looking at it far too traditionally too?
No, because I think because regardless of traditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
The greats in any era is undeniable. Like a Drake is
Yeah,
undeniable. A great is going to be undeniable at a certain point.
yeah, yeah. The young ones is probably hollering Lil Baby, NBA Young Boy.
Now, out of what you just mentioned, I will say, uh, if I was forced, if a gun to my head and I had to pick at least one, I would say Little Baby.
Yeah.
Potentially.
If I had
I
to
would
pick,
say Little Baby.
if I had to pick one, it'd be NBA YoungBoy.
Okay.
Not because I know the music. I just know how they responding to him. And if
I got you.
and if he can keep them responding to him in a similar fashion for 5 to 10 years, you're not gonna be able to tell them little motherfuckers he's not the greatest of all time.
Right. And I will say this. Of course, this is all theoretical because he's no longer with us.
Right.
But if Pop Smoke remained, the response and the impact and his persona, his presence, he would have been an X.
Yeah. Yeah.
Them.
Yeah.
For them.
And Nipsey would have been a J.
And Nipsey would have been a J.
Yeah,
for
Nipsey
sure.
was about to be a J. Yep. With Nas' spirituality.
Right.
Ain't that wild? You see what I'm saying? But yeah, so sadly, I do think we got robbed of some of the ones that would have been the next greats. We got robbed of a couple of them. Yeah.
Because this conversation that we having now, who's to be next great, it should have been like Smoke, Nip, and even if we was gonna throw NBA in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, shit, the way it was headed, a lot of people would have been saying XXXTentacion. Didn't know the music like that, but the way the kids were responding to him, if he could have kept that going. See, that's what we got to go on right now. Like, the criteria is cool, but putting our criteria on what's coming is not really possible. It's not feasible. You see what I'm saying? So you just kind of making projections at that point. And you kind of have to go off how the crowds of people are reacting to him now. And if they can maintain that, because it's similar to the way we reacted to X, it's similar to the way we reacted to J. You see what I'm saying? Like they buying in and they following the whole thing through. So that's 2, YoungBoy and Lil Baby, maybe Dirt.
Yeah, maybe Dirt.
He getting. I mean, it's just these people that's got these followings. That's who I'm leaning towards. The people that they fans have bought in, they believe in. I think they envelop the way we used to be enveloped. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And if they can maintain that momentum for 5 or 10 years, it's gonna be a crop of people hollering that they are the greatest. This the next 3. You know what I mean? So yeah. I don't know, man. I think that's enough on that one.
Yeah, I think that's enough. We covered it.
Yeah, we covered it, bro. And with that being said, man, I'm gonna ask y'all to go to Instagram and Facebook and search out Conversate for a Few. Follow us, leave some comments, man. Holla at us. Go to YouTube and subscribe to Conversate for a Few. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when we drop these episodes. Stay tuned for the limited edition Wu-Tang Clan merch. We promise it's coming. We got to get to work on this book. We got to get to work. And this has got to go in it. Yeah, so all right.
Definitely.
So that means y'all only going to get to see this for a limited amount of time. So if you enjoyed it, tell your friends about it, because we finna snatch all this shit down and put it in the book.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm Jonna.
I'm Alan. This was not a podcast about classical music.
Absolutely was not. This is a podcast about hip hop. Make room for the tag.
Conversate for a few.
Hustle, welcome, man, they had to send me. Hustle from Raleigh, live from NC with your hosts, John and Alan. Relate to the 2. You are now listening to Conversate for a Few. Check it on SoundCloud, debate with your crew. They talking hip hop from the late to the new. From July till June end, no Fridays for me. Tune in. Please listen to this podcast. 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 Please listen to this podcast.